We begin locally on the college hardwood, where Manhattan men's basketball hosted Fairfield Thursday night at Draddy Gymnasium in the Riverdale section of the Bronx. The Jaspers were coming off a tough overtime loss to Marist Monday, and things didn't get much better Thursday night thanks to Fairfield's Curtis Cobb. The sophomore guard had a night to remember, with the game being televised on ESPN3. He scored 46 points as the Stags defeated the Jaspers 97-79. We caught up with Cobb and his head coach in the postgame to talk about his special night in the Bronx.
I think our recruiting has been really focused on just, some offensive guys who, would try to coach them up defensively, and some guys who play the right way. And when you get a core group of them, and we've got some sophomores who are really, really contributing, and then the juniors and seniors and the whole deal. But when they play the right way, then we can all look good.
That's just our offense. We got 5 guys who run, and when we run, dudes are turning their heads and trying to look for guys, especially Tyler. He's lethal. He had 38 earlier this year. So I just try to move without the ball and catch people sleeping, and then Rome finds everybody every time.
I was in front, and I had some coaches in the middle and some coaches in the back, and I just had an inkling that there might be something going on, so we tried to get coaches where they needed to be, but I didn't see it. And then I looked around and I saw guys circling, and I saw, sadly, one of their coaches on the ground, I think. It was, it wasn't the best moment for college basketball, for sure.
Cobb scored 31 points in the first half and tied the school record for most three-pointers in a game with 12. He also equaled the MAC single-game scoring record with 46. Manhattan rallied in the second half, but it just wasn't their night. Head coach Steve Masiello received 2 technical fouls and was ejected, while the post-game handshake led to a little skirmish that was quickly diffused. The Jaspers will look to bounce back Saturday at Quinnipiac. Florida men's basketball will host St. Joseph's College Saturday at 3 p.m. If you can't make the game at Rose Hill, fans can tune in to NBC Sports or, of course, on your radio dial at WFUV 90.7 FM. On the NBA hardwood, the Brooklyn Nets dropped a 121-109 decision Thursday night to Indiana. Jeff Teague had 21 points, 15 assists, and 7 rebounds, while Miles Turner turned in 25 points and 15 boards for the Pacers. The Nets have lost 4 straight and will look to get back in the win column tonight when they host the defending champion Cleveland Cavaliers. The 8-26 Nets will also be home Sunday for Philadelphia. On a side note, the Cavs and LeBron James will be adding a piece in their quest for a repeat. The Cavs have struck a deal with Atlanta to send sharpshooter Kyle Korver to Cleveland. That deal came down late Thursday night. Things haven't been much better for the Knicks in the new year. The Orange and Blue have lost 6 straight, and that included falling at the buzzer Wednesday night to Milwaukee, courtesy of the Greek Freak, who made a turnaround jumper to sink New York 105-104. The Knicks will face Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks again, this time on the road tonight. New York has a quick turnaround with Indiana on Saturday. Also of note, there is some controversy around the Greek Freak game winner. The NBA says it was indeed a 5-second violation. That came to light Thursday night when the league releases its ref reports. The highlight of the NBA week came Thursday night when Oklahoma City and Houston squaring off. That meant Russell Westbrook, versus James Harden, the league's top 2 MVP candidates. Westbrook totaled 49 points, but Harden and the Rockets had the last laugh in a 118-116 final. Harden finished with 26 points and 12 assists. On the ice, the New York Rangers will face Columbus Saturday on the road. Rangers top Philadelphia 5-2 Wednesday night. The Islanders are in Colorado tonight, while the Devils are home in New Jersey to host Toronto. The NFL regular season wrapped up last Sunday. The Giants finished 11-5, as I predicted before the start of the season. The G-men defeated rival Washington 19-10 in our nation's capital. That sets up the weekend's wild card game in Green Bay against the red-hot Packers. More on that in the C list. The New York Jets concluded their 5-11 season Sunday at MetLife Stadium, a 30-10 victory over Buffalo, way off with the Jets this year. The Bills were playing their first game since firing head coach Rex Ryan. The Jets are hoping to build off of some of their late season positives. The future was the topic in the postgame. Here's more.
Everybody was, playing for each other and finishing the season strong. Like we were saying, we didn't have really much to play for. It's not like we were going to the playoffs or anything like that, but it showed that everybody has each other's backs and, coming out here and play for each other.
Big play for you today. Talk about that touchdown.
Oh, man, it was always good to help the team. boost to our victory, especially in we were in a slump like this. My first game back in a while, it felt great to be out there again.
We have the talent, you see what we did today, regardless of who the opponent was. You see what we did against the Patriots the first game. I think we're capable of so much. I think it's just about kind of finishing, coming into the game with the right mindset, and working on really trusting the game plan and doing what we're supposed to do. I think all those things together can really put us in the playoffs. I don't think that we had the right mindset this year. I think we definitely had the talent, though.
I think we really needed this win, for the whole organization. I think we finished on top.
Jets head coach Todd Bowles still has his job. Gang Green will have a new offensive coordinator, though, with Chan Gailey deciding to retire. The wild card schedule looks like this. 12-4 Oakland will face 9-7 Houston Saturday at 4:25 p.m. The night game Saturday night features 9-7 Detroit and 10-5-1 Seattle at 8:15 p.m. Sunday gets rolling with 10-6 Miami against 11-5 Pittsburgh at 1:05 p.m. before the 11-5 G-men take on the 10-6 Packers in the late afternoon game at 4 o'clock. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list to put the Giants-Packers under the hood. Sunday's matchup in Green Bay already has all the makings of a classic. First, it was Odell Beckham and the Giants wide receivers partying on their off day earlier this week in Miami, making headlines. Then there's the Pack, winners of 6 straight, led by MVP candidate Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay upended Detroit in Week 17 to make a statement, and also hasn't taken much of the trash talk from the Giants this week. The Big Blue secondary is calling themselves NYPD, New York's pass defense, which prompted some of the Packers players to say, "It's okay, we live in Wisconsin." And the game will be played in Green Bay, where the temps are likely to be somewhere between 3 and 12 degrees. When our BronxNet cameras traveled to Green Bay for their last Super Bowl run with the Giants, the wind chill and temperatures were also in the teens. But there was Eli Manning, who did it to the Pack in 2008 and then again in 2012. The Packers defeated the Giants back in October of this year. This season, I should say. But that was the worst day for Aaron Rodgers. He was intercepted twice and completed just 51% of his passes, his lowest in his last 24 games. Giants head coach Ben McAdoo knows a thing or two about Rodgers, being a former Green Bay assistant. "I had the Giants and the Patriots in the Super Bowl at the start of the season, so you know which team I am taking on Sunday. Big Blue 23, Green Bay 20. Enjoy some playoff football this weekend, folks. That's your look at sports. I'm Bobby C.